Good Saturday morning to you. Good morning, Bobby D.
Good morning.
And good Saturday morning to you guys. Happy fourth day of January 2025. It's the CCI radio show sponsored by Vibrant Souls Health and Wellness. You can follow Vibrant Souls on Instagram and you can email Vibrant Souls at vibrantsouls@gmail.com. So, good morning to those of you who are tuning in for the first time. I'm Sam C. This is my lovely better half, Bobby D. We are the CCI radio show. We are the Coverage Connection, your favorite weekend duo. And we are here.
Happy January 4th.
Yes.
Or 4th of January. It's
Or
the
4th
4th of July. We still have 6 months for that, right? Yeah.
I can get down with that.
July, January, February. Yeah, that's right. It's 6 months till the 4th of July.
I can get down with that.
4th of January.
So, good morning to you all. Good morning, Donetta.
Good morning.
And she says, "Good morning, Coverage House." Coverage House. Hey, okay. Kind of dig that. She said, "Happy Saturday." And we are still coming off the 13-year show anniversary this past was it Wednesday? Yeah, this past Wednesday, which was New Year's Day. So thank you guys for all of your love and support, and we really appreciate you guys being here and supporting us.
Yes, that is correct.
And we're going to go ahead and get this show started. Got a lot to talk about here today as well, so we're going to have some fun, and we do have a new contest that we're going to start today as well. And Bobby D always laughs because actually this contest, I'm just not going to lie, this contest is kind of going to be on the fly, so bear with me. I think you might find it hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be hilarious when I think of it. But I kind of got it in my head. So,
well, I have a contest that we could do.
Actually, I might like your contest better.
You might, because it's actually a fully formed contest.
Not concepts of
a contest.
Well, why don't we
an actual contest?
Why don't we do yours?
But I was just waiting for you to come up with because you have concepts of a contest.
Yeah, I really need to be better at that.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. But you have concepts of a contest, so I didn't want to, I was going to save my contest till one day you were really, really stuck and just wanted a contest.
We might run that today.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'll let you have that. So we are globally connected, connecting the world. The CCI radio show, globally connected for 13 years and counting. And our show begins in just a matter of moments. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. All right. Thank you once again for being here. We're glad you guys are here. Are we sending an APB on Robert? I don't think so.
We might have to. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. He's been quite busy lately, so we know he's there in spirit.
That's right.
So it's all good. You don't have to be here to support the show. You can always watch it. You can always go back and watch it later if you're unable to watch it during the show time. So no, we don't need an APB on him. So
well, we could. We very well could.
Think we should?
Maybe we should.
That's funny. So
what do you have on your list there today?
Well, just kind of briefly looking through. So yeah, again, like I said, we want to thank you guys for tuning in on New Year's Day. Checking out our 13-year show anniversary, which is funny because we talked about it on the show and people think that was our wedding anniversary.
Right.
Which it wasn't. But those of you who know us knows that's not our actual anniversary date.
Right.
Like I said, we'll have that new contest coming up soon. We're going to let Bobby D do that one because I think I like her idea better. I know
didn't even tell you what it was.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's going to be better than mine. So we'll let you do that one. The Nutter says, wishing him a happy New Year if he watches back. Yeah, he did reach out to us on New Year's Day, or was it New Year's Eve, maybe, or New Year's Day. I go back and check. Yeah, he did say Happy New Year as well. So I'm sure he's doing fine. Make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to our channel. If you're new to the channel, hello. We are glad that you're here, and we did see that we have quite a few more subscribers that showed up. So thank you for tuning in and joining us as well.
And stay.
And staying. Yes.
Please stay.
Yeah, we greatly appreciate that. Again, New Year's was great. We are happy that you guys are here. We not only had a great show on New Year's, but we had a good meal. It's always nice to have a good meal on New Year's.
That's true.
Yep. For those of you who are Facebook friends and social media friends with us, I'm sure you saw what we posted. You know, if you don't know, you have to go back and look.
That's true.
You know, we're not going to take the time and tell you everything that was on the list. So we do have some upcoming things coming up for Pandemic Press Media Magazine. The winter edition 2025 will be coming your way soon, so stay tuned for that. And we also have some new releases coming from Pandemic Press Publishing coming soon as well. So stay tuned for those as well. And another says, Lucky Sam was the resident taste tester.
He always is.
Yeah.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm always going to find my way, into the kitchen. Say, what you got there?
But he doesn't want to learn how to cook. He'll find his way. One time, I tried to teach Sam C how to cook. I don't know what I was making or whatever. And I said, oh, you want to learn how to? Yeah. Well, what he really wanted to do was just taste test. That's all it was. So when he realized that there wasn't any food yet to taste test, as I'm explaining what you need to do for this particular, I don't even remember what it was.
I don't either.
Suddenly, I realized when I turned my back, I was all alone, talking to myself, apparently, teaching nobody in the kitchen. What?
Sorry about that.
He just wandered away. I tried to teach him about 2 or 3 more times after that, and the same thing happened. He just sidled away, as Seinfeld would say. So, the sidler, you can't hear them coming or going.
I feel like we need to cue the Seinfeld music.
Doom, 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 doom.
As I just strolled away.
Sidled away. I didn't know it was gone.
And sidled away.
Like, so, hon, this is what you do. You get this, and turn.
And I probably left, and I probably went to go watch Seinfeld.
No, I think you just walked away.
Just walked away.
Just walked away.
Boy, that's very rude of me then. Gee, I guess I do have my faults.
Well, I don't think that you just weren't interested.
Yeah, well,
that's okay.
I apologize for my ignorance.
That's okay. I've seen you walk away.
In my lack of...
I've seen you walk away from things you weren't interested in. Like, oh, okay. Well, he's not interested.
Yeah. So to those of you watching, yes, yours truly does have many imperfections. And that is one of them. I do tend to just kind of stroll in and stroll out. So, yeah. Good morning, Zelma. Yeah, thank you for being here this morning. We're happy you're here. So we're just having some fun.
Yeah, Samsy will just wander off.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, well, I'll try to be better at that.
No, it's all right. I just teach cooking on this platform.
Well, winter has definitely arrived. Of course, temperature wise, we were out last night, but it is definitely cold here this morning. So currently it's about 19 or 20 degrees here.
Really?
With a wind chill of like, I think 3.
Alexa, current temperature?
Right now, it's 23 degrees
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
It went up
I
a little
stand
bit.
corrected.
Thank you.
Okay. So.
My pleasure. Just doing my job. Happy Saturday.
And happy Saturday to you. So yeah, okay. So it went up a few degrees. It's still cold. So it's 23 degrees. I think the wind chill was probably like 3 or 4.
That's what it was last night. It was 23 when we came back.
And it felt like it too, because
sure did.
Yesterday, we were planning on going out yesterday or last night. So around 4:00, and they kept actually talking about we're gonna have this snow squalls. And we're like, yeah, but then the way they were talking about it was going to be like north of the city or whatnot. But then at 4:00,
and technically we're north of
the
city.
Are. Yeah, I forget. Yeah, we are north of the city. Yeah.
So. I just think that where we are is kind of I don't know direction. So I don't know directions and what direction we're in, but like I almost feel like we're not really north of the city. I don't know. I think I'm just kind of confused.
We're considered north Pittsburgh.
Okay.
North of. I mean, we're.
Well, then how is our family considered east of Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh. Wow.
You're like a real Pittsburgh person.
Pittsburgh.
Wow. Hey, that sounds like something I'd say. It's a tongue twister, I tell you.
It is, yes. But how are we considered north then, whereas what's considered east is only
where our parents are?
Yes, well, that and there's only a bridge between us.
Hey, I can't answer that question.
Because okay, I'm sorry. Because if the city of Pittsburgh is here, okay, so here, and we're here, and the family is here, right?
Right.
Why is where they are east then?
Yeah, even when we're watching the news, when they put the map up, when they're doing the weather, you can see like we're north, but then if you notice, like I've seen where like some of the other Pittsburgh locations are like east, and
right,
and one of the ones is like where our parents are.
Right.
For some, it's just where they're situated. They just consider that east.
Why wouldn't that
be north?
Be west. Or yeah. Like sitting here. Excuse me, folks. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. If we're sitting here right now, downtown Pittsburgh is that way, right?
Yep. Going the right direction. Yep.
Okay. So that's downtown if you keep going. If this is north where we're sitting, but yet and still, all of this other stuff over here is also north. Why is where our family is considered east? Because isn't it north, south, east, west?
Yeah, for some reason they're more or less near East Pittsburgh. I've never really figured that part out.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But where they're well, you got to think of some of the locations that are nearby.
True, but that still doesn't make any sense.
Well,
but because for me, like yourself, who's born and bred in Pittsburgh, for some reason, most of us from Pittsburgh, except you, know how to get around Pittsburgh and know the directional,
the bridges and the back roads.
Well, I think I do now that I'm older, but it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. If this is north, south, east, west, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we're north, why isn't this way west? And why isn't all this stuff over here that's considered also north on the other side of the main road we live on? Why isn't that stuff west?
I kind of feel like we need to consult with somebody.
And then the west, the west end, if you're looking at the map,
west. That is West Pittsburgh.
But if you're looking at the map, it's south. Hey, sort of.
Hey, we didn't create that map.
Sure didn't. That's why I'm all confused and I don't understand directions.
I can see why you're confused, but
I don't understand where stuff is on the earth and in America.
Well, you got to figure out places like East McKeesport, East Pittsburgh, East Hills. I mean,
well, let's go bigger than that. Let's go bigger. Let's go bigger like the United States. Now, I could tell you all of the names of the states in alphabetical order. Yes, growing up, that's what I learned. That's all I know about geography. The states in alphabetical order. I know where Zelma is, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've been to North Carolina. Like, I don't know. I can't pinpoint Zelma's house or anything like that. But I know where if I needed to get to North Carolina, I think maybe I could get there because our family's there. But I didn't know that where Danetta is, that Illinois is considered Midwest.
You're correct.
But how? I'm sorry, folks. I just don't understand.
Well,
how is that Midwest when it's more like, and Danetta's only an hour apart from us.
Time-wise,
yes, right. Not physically, but yes, time-wise. So how is that?
If Danetta was an hour from us, she'd be like, "Where have you guys been?"
That's true, because we could certainly.
Or either that, or what's taking you so long?
True. But none of that makes any sense. Like, who created all this? That doesn't make any sense.
She's saying that you're saying make it make sense.
She's right. Make it make sense.
And,
Danetta and Zelma, make it make sense.
Well, I see Zelma.
I don't understand.
Zelma was saying it's 31 degrees, 23 for the low in Greensboro.
Oh.
Winds are up to 20, 25 to 30 miles an hour. She says hibernate.
Yes, ma'am.
Right,
yes,
so,
ma'am.
She's getting close to and Danetta gave us a little geography lesson here. She says Chicago is north of Markham. That's all I know. Okay. Well, either way, see,
Chicago
is north. Okay, so
then does that mean that Danetta? Okay, so here we go. Here we go again. If we are north of the city of Pittsburgh, where Danetta is, Chicago is the city. So Chicago is north of where she is. Does that mean that Danetta is south?
That's what I would think.
But somebody probably.
She could be west. She could be east. It's
it's all mixed up. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And how is Danetta in the what did I say? not East, the
Midwest.
Thank you. The Midwest, if she's only time zone wise, is central. That doesn't make none of that makes any sense. None of that makes sense. I don't understand nothing. I don't understand it at all.
Well, the netta says
I'm all mixed up.
She says, I live in what is considered the south suburbs. So you're right.
Okay, well then that's
of the city.
Okay, well then whoever created Chicago knows what they're doing, because that makes sense. That makes sense. If the city is north and you live south, it's good because that makes sense. And that's good. But then I don't know. I'll have to look at a map of Chicago because somebody might have done something wonky there too. I don't know. I don't know. Now Zelma, if let me see. What is the major city in North Carolina?
Are you asking Zelma or asking me?
Well, you will probably say something faster. I don't know.
I mean, Zelma living in North Carolina would know more than me, but if I had to take a stab at what you said, a major city?
Yeah, like the city closest, the major-ish city closest to Zelma would be what?
I can pick two, but Zelma's going to have to correct me.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say, wait a minute. Zelma said Greensboro is in the Triad area.
Okay, now see, that's another thing. This Triad thing. I've heard
we have
of
a Triborough. Remember, we have the Triborough. So Triad and Triborough is probably close. Remember the Triborough? In our area, you have North Versailles.
Right.
You have
now North Versailles is on the east side of town.
Right.
Now that's goofy.
Hey, we didn't create that.
No, we did not. I would have created something else. But anyway.
Zelma's schooling us here. So she says she's an hour from Durham.
Oh, she's an hour from some of our family.
And she's an hour and a half from Raleigh.
Hey, there you go. So she's kind of.
So that should help us now.
In the middle. That sounds kind of in the middle then.
See, that kind of beat me because I could be far off, but I was thinking one of the major cities could have been Charlotte, but I could be way off.
Oh, well, we got family in all of those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And let's see, and an hour and 30 from Charlotte. Okay.
Oh, okay. So Zelma's kind of in the middle of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one day when the next time we go to North Carolina, we'll have to find out if Zelma's available, because we'll do a drive-by on her.
Now, you don't want to do a drive-by on her. You know,
there's a lot of people that we know.
Zelma might not like that.
Well, if Zelma
she might not be home.
Well, that's why I said we have to check.
You know,
and then we have to say, Zelma,
hey,
are you available?
She might know we're coming. She might know we're coming. I might not want to see us.
Well, that's true. Actually, you will look at it.
Well, she might be like, I'll see Bobby. I won't see this guy.
There was somebody who was actually, it's actually pretty funny, who we met. We met online, so to speak, and during the pandemic and all that, and we were in their general area, and you know me, it was like, we'll post pictures of where we are and that kind of thing, and when we got close to this person's area, I mean, we didn't say we were coming, so. If we don't tell you we're coming, that doesn't mean that we're going to do a drop in on you like that. We don't do that. We don't like people to drop in on us. So we're not going to drop in on you. Yeah. We won't do that. But I guess this person thought that we might. So they went silent. Ghost. Ghosting. You heard nothing. They were commenting on every single picture, everywhere we went.
When we got
here, there. No. Beforehand.
Oh.
And then when we got to their area,
I know.
We got to their area.
I know.
Nothing. I'm like, boy, this person has been commenting on everything. And then we get to their area, boom. And then when we finally,
we were there for a couple of days too.
And when we finally said that we were back home in Pittsburgh, boom, suddenly, all of a sudden, Boom, boom. Oh, look at that. Oh, too bad. I wish I would have known you were in our area. I'm so sorry. I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known you were coming. We would have had you over.
If you want my honest opinion, I think we're about an hour away.
You not now. When
we were in
the area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were like an hour away.
It really made me laugh. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah, Zelma said, let's grab lunch.
Love it.
Danetta says, sounds like I get lost in Pittsburgh and North Carolina. Well, you know
yes,
what?
You would get lost in Pittsburgh.
Well, but you know what? I'm trying to think.
No, make it make sense. Okay. So I think I discussed this before. If you're most of the city streets in downtown Pittsburgh specifically are one ways. Okay. But then they'll build something like, say that you want.
Notice she said one way.
Yes. So let's say that you're trying to go here. Okay. You need to get here in downtown Pittsburgh is where you need to go. But you're starting off, let's say, here. So then you drive. Okay, so you're driving. You only go this way. Okay, you only go this way to get to where you need to go. But it's not like you go.
But you're still trying to get here.
Right. You can't go and be here. No. You have to go here. This is the one way going this way. Then the next street is the one way going this way.
It's like a circle.
Then the next street is this way, road going this way.
And keep in mind, you're still not there yet.
You're not there yet. Got to go this way. But now here's where you need to go. But now you need to go from over here where you ended up and come back around over here. But you still can't get here. Because the road that you went here, oops, psych, kidding. We're not going to make the road come back this way so you can get right to where you need. Nope. We're going to go this way. And then the next road over is the road that you need to go down, get this way. And then finally, you can come back and boom. Now you get something that should really only take about 5 minutes will take about 20. Mm-hmm. Not to mention the traffic. And if you do get twisted all around anyway, because, your GPS or OnStar or whatever you have is saying, yep, go here. This is it. Go here. No. That's a hot mess.
Zelma says that I'm very shy in person, but I wouldn't ghost you. Jeesh.
Thank you, Zelma. And we would let you know.
Yeah.
We would let you know. Like, you might, we're not just going to show up in North Carolina and be like, Zelma, we're here. We're not going to do that. We'd let you know, weeks in advance. Maybe you planned a vacation at the same time, and maybe you don't want to stay in North Carolina. Maybe you want to, we could be passing each other on the highway.
I'll see you losers later.
like we might be going to North Carolina, and you're coming up to Pennsylvania. We don't know. We would check first. So that person, I was actually surprised. Like, well, we're not.
I wasn't surprised. And Zelma says, Danetta, you will be fine here. The GPS will put you back. Back switching highways. A million loops.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, good morning, sis.
Hey, what's up, boo?
Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us this morning. And Danetta said, I'm shy too. And so
someone else is shy too.
This guy right here. Yeah, I don't think I'm as shy as I used to be. I'm shy-ish.
Yeah, that's true. I'll let you have
Because if I don't know you, I'll just kind of, nice to meet you. And I'll just kind of stare at you, just kind of like study you.
Well, see, now that'll make the ladies uncomfortable if you're just staring.
I said if I don't know you. I think I've known, like this. They see us every week. They see us on social media. If I've never seen you before in my life, like, oh, okay, like, yeah, nice. Okay, let me see. Okay, but yes, it's all good. But yeah, so that's Pittsburgh travels for you. Pittsburgh is a great city.
Oh, it's awesome.
You know, we're sure that
love it.
You know, Greensboro, I'm sure it's a nice city. We're sure. Markham's a great city. You know, those are, believe it or not, those, you never know, ladies. That could be something that Bobby D and I may be talking about here at some point. It gives us some new direction here.
Well, that's true. New places to go.
Yeah, we've been in one state before. We just haven't been the other one. We've been discussing that. We've been looking like, you know what's here, what's there, what haven't we done? Mm-hmm. You know, and see, that said, right? I study you. And she says, laugh out loud, too uncomfortable. And then sis says,
well, then you two would be studying each other. And so nobody would be talking, just me.
It'll be a stare down. Let's see who can stare the longest.
So we'd all be standing there, and I'd be the one talking. Yeah. Well, now that would make me uncomfortable if you all are having a staring contest. A staring contest would make me uncomfortable.
I'd be like, who's going to break first?
It would be me because I would be talking.
See?
To break the silence.
See, sis says, when I meet anyone, a grid comes up like in the Terminator, and I read a person up and down. If there's no threat, I will engage. I actually like that. I will engage. Laugh out loud. Then another say, coverage road trip.
That's right. We're trying to figure out some stuff.
Yeah, you know, we've been kind of thinking about maybe switching a couple things around this year, because what we normally do for one part of the year, we're like, well, you know, it's all well and good, but it seems like every time we go to this one place, it's like I can never get to the other place I want to go to while we're there. Does that make sense? Or did that just confuse you?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, good. Because to me, it didn't come out right when I said it.
Well, I just already know what you're talking about. Okay. So you want to tell everybody what you want to do, but what you can never do?
Yeah. So everyone knows that for our anniversary trip, at least with the past couple years, we've included something else into the trip on the way to someplace. So, you know, we do the annual Hershey, PA trip every year, but then we started to include Lancaster, Pennsylvania, as part of the trip as well, because they're not that far off. And I think they're about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes away from each other, if I had to gauge. Lancaster, PA is known for a wonderful venue called Sight and Sound. For those of you who are really into biblical performances, they have these great stage plays there. I think the one that I think this is the 30th anniversary of Noah.
I don't know. Let me look.
Well, what did we see? We saw Daniel.
We saw Daniel. We saw Moses.
We saw Moses. We saw Daniel. But yeah, the one that they're focusing on this year, they kept talking about this, and it is an anniversary for Noah, which it's just a matter of what anniversary is it. But Sight and Sound is a very good venue, and it's Lancaster, PA is more or less an Amish area, because they do have Amish areas there. And not only are the people nice, the food is nice, the activities are nice, good places to visit, you know, while you're there. Like, you know, if you're in the shopping and stuff like that, they do have malls and stuff like every place else does. But they have an amusement park there, which, you know, I was like, let's go to this park. But then I found out it seemed like it's catered more to kids. So I was like, no, I can't do this. I don't want to be.
Yeah, Noah.
Noah's
this. Didn't we see Noah?
We didn't.
Okay, it was Moses and Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Moses and Daniel.
Okay, so Noah is this year, March to December. And then the one in Branson, M.O., is
Missouri. David. Yeah, they only have 2 Sight and Sounds, one in Lancaster, PA, and one in Branson, Missouri. So, Noah.
So, okay, I'm going to pretend to get tickets. so we could see the information here. Let's see. Okay.
I am very interested in checking Noah out.
It's actually
the
very
special
cool.
effects are really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And maybe they don't have tickets yet.
Oh, yes. You know why? It's January. They said March.
Right?
Yeah, March. So, but I thought I'd be able to get some. Oh, no. Wait, it says proceed to date and time.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so they're already.
So when's it start? March 13th?
March 13th is when it starts. And then they don't have many thing. Let me see. Okay, wow, look at this. Okay, so.
Does that mean like available? So, wow.
Yeah, these are the available.
These are all the showings.
Yeah. So there's not one directly on our anniversary there. But,
okay.
So.
Well, okay. Well, that's.
Well, you know.
Well, that's why they have plenty other months and, to do that. So, but yeah, it would be really nice to see that. So, like I said, we've been incorporating the Ladcaster PA along with the Hershey PA trip. And for those of you who know, we do, well, Bobby got me hooked on Hershey, Pennsylvania for many years now. And I am like a big kid when we get there because, one of my favorite places there, it seems like it's never open, which is Hershey Park. The big amusement park there. It either is raining that day or it's just not open because it could be like a Monday or something and they don't open again until like that next weekend. And, we're not going to drive like 3 more hours to go back up to some amusement park
because technically when our anniversary hits, they charge you the summer prices.
It didn't start off like that when we first started.
Right. It should be still spring, but it's summer prices, but not summer hours.
Mm-hmm.
So usually we miss it. Or if we do go, there's a lot of things that aren't open. So it's like, why waste the money?
I mean, there's like things like the the water rides. I mean, that's not something that we.
Yeah, I don't want any water rides.
But the main things are open. Love bumper cars still. Still love those. Love the they have this other, the monorail.
Oh yeah,
little thing that goes around the park, kind of like a train with no wheels or
yeah, exactly.
I guess you can go monorail. And then they have this one other ride, which is called the Kissing Tower, which is kind of like a space, it's in the shape of a Hershey's Kiss. And when you get in there, it's like you have so many people that can sit in there, and it just kind of spins around and goes up. And then it kind of, once it goes up to the top, it starts dropping down like slowly. And then it just spins around like this. And you can see the whole park. You can see all the people walking around and see all the animals from the zoo there, which is also attached to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that always makes me smile because I am a big.
And it's in the shape of a Hershey's Kiss.
Yeah, that too. In the shape of a Hershey's Kiss. So I do like that. One of the other things that we did also incorporate this past year for the first time was a place called the Turkey Hill Experience, which, for those of you who may know Turkey Hill, they're known for not only just their ice creams, but they're also known for their iced teas as well. And is that someplace you go back to?
I would. Maybe not every year, but,
yeah.
I would go.
Yeah, not every year, but it was a great experience. We had a great time there. So I definitely want to go back to that at some point. So that's the thing. I just want to make sure that when we go to Hershey this year, I want to make sure that the park is open so we can spend a day at the park or whatever. Because there's so many, when you get to Hershey, PA, there's so many different things that you can do there because the city is so, it's educational too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's amazing how much information you can find out about Milton Hershey.
That's true.
But so many great attractions there. Anything I'm missing?
No.
As far as that?
I think you got it.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we're kind of thinking about maybe switching some things up This time, maybe going a little bit later in the year there. Maybe, and we're considering some other spots, so you never know.
And I promise we won't just pop up.
Yeah.
You don't have to ghost us. I promise. Yeah. I'll reach out.
So,
and of course, if you don't want to see us, that's fine. It's all good. We will not be offended or anything. Just don't ghost us. There's no reason to ghost.
Yeah. So, so we you never know where we might show up. So your state could be one of them. So we'd like to see you guys. So want to talk about that? Or
from yesterday?
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was saying. Let me get to the comments too. I guess I kind of missed a couple of things. Let me see. It's almost a travel show in 2025. Danetta said, name of the show, On the Road with the Coverages. See, Danetta says, yes, I do, T. Sponsors, please. Zelma said.
That would be nice.
Danetta laughing at Zelma. Danetta says, bumper cars are fun. Reminds me of city driving.
Yeah, that's right. Got that right.
Sis said, who ghosted you? No one.
Oh,
well. Well, it wasn't really a ghost. I don't consider it that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
It was just something that we just kind of laugh at.
Just somebody we met on social media who, when we were in their area a couple years ago, they were putting hearts on all the pictures and everything until we got to their particular state. And when we got close to where they live, then suddenly we didn't hear anything from them until we got back to Pittsburgh.
And here's the thing: we weren't looking for them.
We weren't looking for them. We weren't looking for them. Didn't plan.
No, we were having a ball. We were actually just kind of chugging along, just stopping off different places.
Yeah. But oh well.
It's almost like crazy people follow us footage.
That's it. That's true.
And sis says, okay, me and D will put our blades away. Y'all funny. Yeah, it's not gonna come to that. It was like I said, actually Bobby and I really didn't care. We just laughed about it the whole time because we thought it was stupid. But so we did have a good experience last night.
Oh, yes, please.
You want to talk about that?
Sure, if you'd like.
You want to start?
So you can start.
So we went to this pop-up last night, and the theme was for the movie Wicked, and it was at this the restaurant was called City Kitchen. So you go through City Kitchen. When you go to City Kitchen, it's like you go in there, but then you go out. And then literally about 5 seconds after you're outside, there's this pop-up tent that's out there. And it had like a couple heaters in there. And what do you call that thing? Like the little plastic thing that's that thing we went in and out of. What do you call that thing?
Yeah, your folks had one on
like a tarp or something.
Yeah, kind of a tarp thing.
Like
I guess
a tarp
you could
thing. I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was cold last night, but but the heaters were in there, and it looked very, very, very nice. And it had, of course, the colors pink and colors green, and didn't they have a pink couch?
Yes.
They had a pink couch. They have a green couch.
Greenish.
Because there was some little boy sitting on a greenish couch.
Let me see.
And he had me weak. So, we were just taking some pictures, just being real cool, because we wanted to get with the Wicked thing. And
I painted my nails to do the Wicked thing. I don't know how well you can see them.
Yes. Sis said, yeah, don't flatter yourself. Ain't no one checking for y'all, Otis.
That's right. That's right. Got that right.
I'm sorry I missed it, but I'll catch you next one. Yeah, sis, I think you really would have liked it last night. It was real cool. Our other friend kind of got into the park.
Well, you know me, if I had more, let me see.
You kind of got into the park too. Actually,
well,
you were having a ball. I mean, it was nice.
I tried with what I had. Okay, so I'll show
what I was trying to explain. It's kind of hard for me to explain it, but
okay, so this is Glenda's side of so apparently it was fashioned, for those of you who have seen Wicked, fashioned as to look like Glenda and Elphaba's dorm room.
Okay.
But they split it so that Glenda can have one side and Elphaba can have the other. So this is Bubbles on Glenda's side, hanging from the ceiling. Here, we're going to go back to this Glenda's clothes, which is pretty funny. Here's Elphaba's side. And you see the green things hanging down.
There's you.
There's me.
Now that was cool.
More
green.
Green for Elphaba. Elphaba. More me. I was trying to get the Bubbles in the background with me, but I'm such a huge, tall presence that I was having a hard time getting the Bubbles.
What are you trying to say there, kid? Yeah, now for some reason, I don't know what I was doing.
So Sam took a selfie.
Yeah, I can tell everybody really wants to see that one. Now you can see the things hanging down.
Yes, but only half my face. So
I don't know how that happened. Sis is cute. Yeah, sis, you really would have liked this.
Here we are sitting. So we're just having a oh well, that's when we went to dinner. That's when we went to dinner.
Some people might want to see that too.
Okay. So then the dinner, here's my dinner. Of course I didn't finish it, but fettuccine Alfredo that had tomatoes on it. Tomatoes don't go on.
But you said it tasted good though.
Oh, it was delicious. The sauce was delicious. Now, this is the thing that we really, 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 really like when we go there.
Was it deconstructed?
Deconstructed crab rangoon.
Yeah, deconstructed. Who came up with that name? And why are they deconstructed?
Because the crab rangoon isn't on the inside.
Yeah, that was. Can you
guess
what
Sam C's? Sam C's dish.
Kimchi with some beef in it.
And this is our friend's lamb burger. You know me, I always take pictures of it. Wherever we are, especially over the holidays, I like to take pictures of the Christmas trees that they might have up. It's huge. And then the three of us, the three musketeers hanging out. You see our friend had her witch's hat on. I didn't have a witch hat, or else I would have. And here we are on the snowy streets.
The snow flurries were coming down.
Yes. And then we went to a little ice cream shop, which of course we haven't had the ice cream yet. But our friend, she had...
That was really good, what she had too.
Yeah, it looked really good. That's what her ice cream looked like, but...
She said it was...
sweet potato pie and salty caramel.
I was looking at that too. I was looking at that sweet potato pie one.
Really?
Well, I'm a big salted caramel person, but that sweet potato pie, ice cream looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was that. So there you go. So, but you really enjoyed yourself, huh?
I did.
Good.
Yeah, it was a really nice time.
Good. Yeah. So that was that. Now, are you ready to get into
the new contest?
New contest. Okay.
Yes, we're gonna let you do that.
Okay, but I don't know, like, oh, you could come up with the rules, but I have the question. I have a good question.
Okay, so the new contest starts right now. We're gonna run it until the end of January, so that would be the 31st.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
is it just based on this one question that I'm going to ask, or are we going to stay with this particular theme throughout the month? Like, how would you like? I wasn't sure what your thought was.
I was going to say different questions every week.
Okay, not necessarily on the same theme though.
No.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so here is my question. Here is my question. We went to this pop-up last night. They called it Bubbles and Broom. Mm-hmm. And as Sam C said, it was fashioned after the new movie Wicked, right? So now everybody's back into Wicked and the Wizard of Oz and all of that stuff. So this question, do they have to answer it now, or do they have the rest of the week, or what?
I would say they have until the end of, if they want to answer it now, that's fine.
Okay.
But you have a week to answer it.
Oh, okay.
You have until next Friday to answer it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So next Friday you can just DM us or I might just make a post about it, and then that way you can just answer it there. But if you want to answer it now, feel free. If not, you can wait till next Friday when I'll try to post a question or something like a Q&A.
Okay. So the question is, and since Sam, I just wanted to find out where his head was on this, because it's kind of a multi-part question. Okay, so Wicked. Now everybody's into it, and this, bringing the wonderful Wizard of Oz, the wonderful world of Oz is now back, and oh boy, okay, so we're into all of this. My question is, which of the two witches are the most shady, and why? Three reasons why you think. You can pick one witch, so that's one part of the question. So we've got Glinda the Good Witch, and we've got Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm assuming she's still the Wicked Witch of the West, right? In Wicked, we have not yet seen Wicked, but let's actually go. Let's use the frame of reference, which would be the original Wizard of Oz. So if you want to put a little spin on it with what you might know about Wicked, that's fine. But between the two witches, Glinda the Good Witch or Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, which witch is the most shady, and 3 reasons why. So 3 reasons why or who you might think that I'm choosing as the shadier witch, and why.
And you have until Friday the 10th to get us the answer to that.
Yes. And there's three. I mean, there's more. There's more. But excuse me, I'll take 3. We'll take 3 answers on the which you think that I think is the shadiest out of the 2. So we've got Glinda, the beautiful good witch. We've got Elphaba, the green wicked witch, doing her thing. And one of them, I think, is particularly shady. There's more than 3 reasons why, but I will take 3 reasons why you think, or why I think, this particular witch is shady.
Then I say, guess I'm watching Wicked this weekend.
No, you could really check out the original Wizard of Oz if you think about it. So
I mean, if you want to watch it,
but yes,
absolutely,
absolutely,
it's totally up to you.
Absolutely, but don't buy it. Go to the movie theater. Don't buy it. It's cheaper to go to the theater because
that's like, you can learn the latest dance moves, but don't do them.
But don't do them. Do this instead.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah.
But yes, so that is the question. So if anybody wants to try, you want them to try to, you want to try to find out. Are you okay with them answering that? Do they have to? If they answer now, okay. So this is my question for you. If they answer now, do they have to get all of the whole answer right now?
Well, you're looking for everything, right? Preferably.
I mean, preferably. Because think about it. There's only 2 witches, so if you answer about one witch, then I'll have to reveal, right?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Will I have to reveal, or will I have to keep it quiet until the whole thing is?
If anyone wants to take a stab to answer it now, feel free to do that.
But they have to answer the whole thing.
Preferably.
Okay.
But if you're close,
okay.
If they answer some of the things you're looking for, then I may give it to them.
Uh-huh.
So another says the green one because she was green. And she says, I don't know. I have to do some research.
Okay. Everybody do your research and see what you think.
All right, so let's see. Zelma says Glinda. She was a bully who felt bad for being one and had a redemption arc. She made a friend and then abandoned her and then celebrated with a town that she and her sister were both killed.
I have to say, Zelma, you are correct.
I already know it was Glinda.
Good job. Excellent.
All right. Well. Okay.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Well, that question's over.
Well, I will say though, the 3, and it actually ties in with what Zelma says. Glinda, like I said, we did not see the new movie Wicked.
But she's right, Glinda.
But Glinda, if you're looking at it through the Wizard of Oz, and of course now as an adult,
you can tell she's shady.
yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just saying. When she like, when she was like, oh, why don't you just let a house fall on you or something like that?
Well, the first thing is, we didn't know, of course, until Wicked, that these 2 ladies were actually friends at one point. But Glinda used Dorothy to get rid of her biggest competition. So so Dorothy's house fell on the Wicked Witch of the East, and killed her. So Wicked Witch of the East is gone. Then Glinda takes her powerful magical shoes, her slippers, off of her, and boop, magically it appears on Dorothy. Now, poor Dorothy, who showed up out of nowhere, she doesn't know any of this that's going on, she has no idea, is the poor Patsy, because now Glinda has her go to the Wicked Witch, like it gets, the Wicked Witch, oh, well, bring me let's go back. the sends her to the wizard to try to tell her how to get home. But Glenda knew, as we all know, from watching the end of the movie, Glenda knew that all Dorothy had to do was click her heels 3 times with those shoes, and she could have gone home. Why didn't she tell her that at the beginning? Because, as Glenda would say, she wouldn't have believed me. Yes, she would have. She wanted to go home. She would have clicked her heels.
She would make the other witch suffer.
That's what it is. That's why I said Glenda is shady, because she didn't tell Dorothy that 2 seconds from being in Oz, she could have taken her bottom home. She could have taken her butt home after 2 seconds of putting on those shoes. Then she made the Wicked Witch of the West an enemy of Dorothy's, because she's like, oh, well, no, there goes your sister's shoes right there, so try to take them off. She couldn't. She couldn't get her sister's shoes off of Dorothy because the power, zapped her, so she couldn't get the shoes off. Then she made her go through all this, meet all of the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, made her run into them. Thankfully, at least she had some help along the way. But the wizard then sent them into the witch's lair for her to basically be knocked off. But the wizard wanted the broom of the witch to make sure that they really went. So, I mean, Glenda was just shady. I'm sorry. And then he was going to take Dorothy back home. But then, oops, Toto jumps out of the air balloon basket. Dorothy has to go and get him because that's her dog. She jumps out. Oops, we can't seem to stop the balloon. And now there goes the wizard. He's gone. So now everybody that could possibly rule in the land of Oz is gone, except for Glenda. Glenda is shady. Shady. So good job, Zelma.
Yeah, that's why the net says the shade is real in Oz, huh?
That's exactly right. Pay attention. And I'll tell you what, Danetta, go on YouTube and watch some, type in, like, I forgot who does them.
Mojo.
Oh yeah, check out Ms. Mojo. That's a good one too. Like things that you didn't notice as a child
about the Wizard of
that
Oz.
You notice now about the Wizard of Oz. The shade is real.
It is.
The shade is real.
Yeah, it definitely is real. So Zelma, congratulations to you. You get 10 points.
Okay.
That 10 points is going to go into your, I guess, bank. if you your CCI radio show bank, if you will.
Okay.
So next time we'll have another question. Like I said, non-related. Some things might be related to what we said, and some things may not. But we'll think of something. It could be just something totally random that you don't expect. It could be like the silliest question, or like what? That's exactly what we're going to be thinking about.
I have another question, but I have a feeling that Zelma will get it because
we're not going to ask that question.
Okay, I want to ask the question.
But yeah, so
sounds good.
That's it. So just to let you guys know, we're gonna the next audio podcast scheduled for tomorrow just happens to be Crazy People Follow Us. So keep in mind that at the end of this month, Blog Talk Radio, our main audio streaming provider, is shutting down.
Yes.
They did inform us of that decision actually right around Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah.
And they were just letting all of us know. So it's going to be sad to part ways with them, but we're looking for alternate ways to continue to bring you our audio podcast, which, that's not going to be hard to do. But that is slated to be the next audio podcast. So stay tuned for that. We'll try to get that out for you guys tomorrow. Tonight is a big sports night here in Pittsburgh because you see I'm wearing my Pittsburgh Steelers stuff. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are in the playoffs. Hooray, hooray.
Are the playoffs tonight?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not the playoffs. But the Pittsburgh Steelers have made the playoffs. Hooray, hooray.
Hooray, hooray.
And tonight is the final regular season game. It will be played here in cold Pittsburgh tonight. They have decided to. This game was originally scheduled for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, which most NFL games are. But then when it gets to the end of the season, they start fooling with the schedule. So believe it or not, they wanted to make this a primetime game for everybody in every region, every state to see. So tonight on ABC, 8 p.m. Eastern time, is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Cincinnati Bengals. If Pittsburgh, well, let me rephrase this. There's one more thing before that. There's another game before that. Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns. If the Cleveland Browns do the impossible, which every Pittsburgh Steeler fan is hoping for because it never happens, if they can pull the possible upset and beat the Baltimore Ravens this afternoon, and if the Steelers can find a way to beat Cincinnati tonight, snapping a 3-game losing streak that the Steelers currently have, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be the division champions.
Yay!
And that doesn't mean anything for playoffs because they're already in there.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go into the playoffs a wounded duck.
Yeah.
With like 4 straight losses. But if they win tonight, if the Baltimore Ravens lose and the Steelers win, the Steelers have won the division, and that would give them a home game for, I think, next week, maybe.
Oh.
So that's good.
Mm-hmm.
If Baltimore wins and the Steelers win, then Baltimore still would win the division.
Oh.
But the Steelers are in the playoffs. It's just more or less a ranking of who plays who.
Oh.
But either way, we definitely want to see the Steelers go out on a win streak here, and not on a you don't want to end your regular season on a losing streak.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, I was watching the news and everybody is just all hyped up. I don't even know what time they're, the tailgaters. I mean, they're probably starting to tailgate now and the game's not till 8:00.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, the announcers are saying how cold it was here today. It's going to be cold because the stadium is literally right at the river. So you can just imagine
Three Rivers.
Get a three rivers. So you can just imagine if the wind's blowing.
And there's an underground river too, so really 4 rivers.
Yeah. And I've been to that stadium, so it is. It can be really cold there in the wintertime. So it's supposed to be, I think 22, maybe 21 degrees tonight at kickoff. So good luck to our Pittsburgh Steelers tonight.
What time?
I'm looking forward to that. 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Eastern. And seeing I miss anything here. I don't think so.
Okay.
So just make sure you click like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Like I said, we've seen some more people come on board with us, so we're happy. Yeah, thank you for making us part of your viewing pleasure. We greatly appreciate that. And like I said, we have some new things coming soon. And we're just happy-go-lucky people, and you're plugging along. Year 13 for the CCI radio show, and 13 years, and still going.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
So bigger and better things on the way. So stay tuned.
Sounds good. Well, anything else?
No. I think that's it. The net said, "Welcome all new subscribers." So
sounds good.
Yeah, just thanking everybody who's been here, everybody who's rolled with us and rocked with us since day one. We can't say we appreciate you guys enough.
Excellent. Well, it is a chilly day, so make sure if you have to go out, you get in and out quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yes, or out and back in,
or something
quickly,
like that,
or something to that effect. But thank you so much for joining us today. We always have a wonderful time with you, so thank you. especially this being our first show, first Saturday show of the year. So thank you. Yesterday's history, tomorrow's mystery, today's gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you again really, really soon. All right. Bye.